All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get started. We got just about 300 people in here. Nice. All right, cool. Um, so how's it going, guys? We're pretty stoked that all of you here can join us for this SIWA testnet AMA today. Um, Today is going to be all about, talking about fixing AI's biggest issues, on how your data is used everywhere, but you never get any credit or any sort of monetization for it. Um, so we'll dive into that in just a second. But first, let's go ahead and do some introductions. Um, my name is Commander Crypto on Twitter, but I also go by Javier. I am the community manager here at Sahara AI. Let's go ahead and move on to Katarina. You're muted.
Yeah,
There
sorry
you are.
guys. I was trying to turn on my camera. I guess I'll turn it on later. My name is Katrina, and I lead operations at Sahara AI. Super happy to be with all of you guys here. Yeah.
All right. And Tyler?
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for being here. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Tyler, co-founder of Sahara.
And Denzel?
Hey, this is DZ, and you can call me Danzo. I'm the product team member for Sahara, and that's some fun.
All right. Sick. Um, so before we dive into your questions for the AMA part of this segment, I'm going to go ahead and post the Slido link inside of the chat a few times for you guys to populate those, populate your questions about SIWA into the Slido. Go ahead and just ask your questions. You don't have to sign up. You can just do it anonymously. But first, before we dive into those questions, I would love Tyler, Denzel, and Katrina to explain what SIWA is for the people that are new to the community or hearing about it for the first time. So, Tyler, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Yeah, I'll start sort of to set the stage here. Again, thank you guys for being here. For those of you who are new to the community, we will be diving deeper into our SIWA testnet. So just a bit more context and background. So from our side, crypto and AI are sort of the two of the most disruptive and also exciting technologies today. AI sort of boosts efficiency across different aspects of human life, while crypto redefines ownership and also financial freedom. And to me, I've been always asked, right? Like, how do you best converge AI and crypto? I think, AI can be both centralized and decentralized as long as it serves the purpose, right? Which is basically delivering the performance, the efficiency, the scalability, or the privacy that every single user is looking for, right? But then when it comes to how value is being created, distributed, and also accrue within the AI systems, right? That's where I think crypto can play really a huge role, right? Crypto sort of introduces a new kind of economy that allows everyone to have a very clear ownership and also fair attribution, value exchange across different stakeholders, right? So that was sort of like the context and sort of the vision of Sahara, right? I mean, we started 2 years ago, early 2023, in data labeling because we saw the needs for crypto being a micropayment in this very niche economy and token as a very powerful incentive to drive better data quality. Right. And, to myself and also to the broader team, and I believe to all of you guys here as well, right? It's very clear that the world is moving towards, in a very rapid speed, an AI-driven future, right? And what that means is basically, AI will be embedded in your day-to-day life, right? It's gonna be part of how you work, how you create things, how you learn and connect with other people, right? So it's sort of like how we went from like originally like, no laptop, right? We started with desktop and then laptop to like mobile devices, edge devices like iPhone, and then from like the old gas cars to now like Tesla, EVs today, right? Like these are all like very transformational tech, right? That's gonna happen. That's inevitable, right? So for us, right? I mean, we've been building heads down for more than 2 years now, and really, we've turned Sahara into the very first full stack AI native blockchain platform where everybody can create, contribute, and monetize AI, right? And this week sort of marks a big milestone for us because we launched SIWA, right? In this new chapter, we will be building tools, infrastructure, resources that are needed to accelerate this AI-driven future, right? We want to be the driving force behind this paradigm shift along with you guys to really bring crypto AI together, right? So, a little bit more about SIWA. It's basically, our very first public testnet for the decentralized platform I was talking about. And it's the very first step towards the future that we're describing here as well, right? It serves as the first public gateway to the Sahara blockchain, which is a foundational infrastructure layer, really purpose-built to enable the registration, the licensing, and the monetization of different AI assets. Uh, we define them as data sets, models, agents, right? And all of these are being done in a very transparent, verifiable way on chain through our on chain protocols. And for SIWA testnet, right, it will allow developers and different contributors to explore and validate all these core protocols that we've been designing for the past 2 years ahead of mainnet. And we can obviously touch a bit more about different phases following SIWA, say phase one, but it serves as the testnet phase to really pressure test, battle test the protocols, the performance of the platform that we built to date. And yeah, here we are today talking more about SIWA.
Awesome. DZ, anything to add to that from a technical side?
From technical side, I'm not a technical guy though, but I
Oh,
think
sorry, from product side. Sorry.
I believe what Tyler's just said is really comprehensive. I think we can just leave more time for folks to come up with questions that folks are more interested in.
I think I lost you,
I'm
DZ.
in.
Did you finish your thought?
No, it's you gotta fix your Wi-Fi, Javier.
My Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you have like a 1 or 2 second delay.
Oh, my bad. Oops. All right, cool. Do you guys want to just get into the questions now?
Yeah, let's dive in.
All right, awesome. So we have about 50 questions in here. Let's go ahead and just lightning round these. Um, how long is the duration of each phase of SIWA testnet?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there are 4 phases. You know, the duration of each phase depends on the result of the battle test I was talking about, right? I mean, why is it called testnet? It's for testing, right? What are we testing? We're testing the performance of the blockchain. We're testing the protocols, right? If we pass the test, obviously, I would encourage all of you guys to come and try out the protocols we're building, right? Really, the purpose is to make sure, once we step into mainnet, right, the blockchain will be functional, the protocol will be functional, and we're able to deliver, the AI-driven future that we want to deliver as part of our vision, right? So testnet, the duration is highly dependent on the actual outcome of the test, right? If you know it's great, we don't see too many bugs, and we can basically host loads of requirements, settlements, requests from the users. We're ready to move on to the next phase. So I would say there isn't like a specific time uh, planned for each phase, but it's really about the performance, the outcome of the testing.
Okay, awesome. Next question. What should I do to improve AI deep thinking and logic responses? I think this might be a Denzel question.
Yeah, sure. This is a relatively broad question. I believe what the question is asking is actually, how can I get a better response from an AI model? So from that perspective, to be honest, I think the best way and the fastest way and the highest ROI way that you could explore is that you can just go on social media like Twitter, X, and search for prompts. I mean, there are a lot of folks on the social media sharing the prompts about how to build a product. And their prompts are relatively, I would say, super professional from a back end, front end, and design perspective, even for a product perspective. So the prompt itself um, consists around several hundred words to thousands of words. So the whole prompt is basically a thorough pipeline where it instructs the every step that an AI model should do. So with that specific prompt, you could expect the better response from the AI model. And this is what I did actually when I'm working in Sahara. Sometimes I just look up some prompts on social media that are really professional, use it and just do some adjustment based on my situation and context. And usually it comes a better response. So I don't know if this solves your question, but basically I think they will help.
I mean,
Could I add
to
something
to to
quickly?
also add,
Oh, yeah.
go ahead, Katrina, go.
I just wanted to add quickly because my background is in data labeling, and I think this question could be interpreted as Denzel interpreted it as like an AI user. How do you get a better response from an LLM? And he provided us with a great answer. I do the same thing, and it's super helpful. But if the question was targeted at like how can I, as a community member or just general person, kind of have an impact into improving the responses of LLMs. So I can share a super simplified kind of response to that is you can provide your evaluation. So select the best output of an LLM. And this can be done through tasks like in the future that you could find on our data services platform. So you could contribute your opinion to the evaluation. So that's the way, Tyler.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, with respect to how do you get better result from AI, right? It's just like how you've been doing, how you've been learning new tech, right? Like how do you, use iPhone better, right? Like how do you download apps from App Store, right? Just like you just need to keep using it, right? Like keep using, keep learning, right? Same applies to like AI prompts, right? It's like a message that you send to the AI, right? Today it's through a lot of like the chatbots, a lot of the text. In the future, right? I think it's already happening that you can speak to the AI, right? Talk to the AI with different languages and ask AI to do things for you, right? Like how do you like get like a more accurate result from it, right? It's basically by keep learning, keep iterating as you go, right? Let's say you type in something, ask AI to generate like a response, it's not good, right? And you iterate the response, you iterate the command, right? Iterate the message and be a little bit more specific, right? On the areas that you think didn't go well, right? And then you tweak that prompt, tweak that message to check the outcome, right? It's sort of like a reinforcement process, right? You just keep iterating. Like over time, you'll learn like what's the best spot for AI to understand what I'm saying, right? So I think that's probably the best way, just to keep trying, iterating. I think over like a period of time, as you use more, I think you'll know the limitation of AI and the capability of AI as well today. And again, I think AI is going to be improving, right? So it's really about doing it more and more often, and you'll learn better.
All right, thanks, guys. Next question here would be, I'm going to paraphrase this one. When can users expect to upload in different languages?
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously, we are working on this. I think this is actually the beauty of AI, right? I think AI really lowers the language barrier. That's sort of been the case in the past decades. As I think we see AI progress more on the language side, on the translation side, I think we can start thinking more about like enabling different languages of data sets. Right now, given I think English is still being the most used language globally, right? We're using this to kick off this phase one to bootstrap, right? But down the road, if AI possess the capability to do very accurate translation of the data set, which I don't think it's capable yet, right? I think it's capable of translating, uh, you know, your day-to-day conversation, some articles, right? But like the data sets, these need to be really accurate, right? So the translation needs to be done in a very accurate manner, right? So once I think AI reaches that capability, we're gonna start allowing for, data sets upload for different languages.
All right, sweet. So we don't have a timeline for that at this current moment?
No, I think, we're just keep observing the capability of AI, right? Obviously, Sahara is not the only one building AI, right? So we have different folks building different aspects of AI. Some folks focus specifically onto the translation accuracy of AI, right? So obviously, we'll need a lot of help and push from those folks, right? Once they get to that stage, I mean, we can leverage a lot of the work they've done to date, and we can just incorporate into our ecosystem.
All right, awesome. DZ, this next one's for you. Where should users focus on sending bug reports? Should they be sending it on the Discord, or would you rather them send it? What would be the most optimal way for the product and technical team to get the bugs?
Let's say from the user's perspective, the fastest and high is the efficient way is that you can just open up the ticket and just send it to our mods. Every time I got tons of questions from mods, user complaining this, complaining that, and so that basically, if you encounter any bugs or any um, glitchings when using the product, you're not the only one. So that what you can do, just open up a ticket and mods will be there shortly, and on product team and ops team getting these complaints and bug reports every day, and we're reporting these to our dev team. I'm pretty sure that once you open up a ticket, the next day, your complaint will be reported to our dev team, and we'll be working on that. That's from the user's perspective. But from our product side, especially for DSP, there's always a entry point. There's a button on a top right where you can send a bug report, where you can we can also receive those report from that. So that's basically two ways. But if I were you as a user, I would just open up a ticket because that's the easiest way. Though you will create a lot of pressure on the mods and community. But as a user, that's the best way you can do. The easiest way.
All right, sweet. The next one might be for you, Tyler. And I'm not sure if this is one of these questions that we can actually answer. How are partners like AWS, Google Cloud, and UC Berkeley contributing technically to SIWA's infrastructure or governance?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we break our ecosystem partners in different parts, right? So AI by nature has, I think this is something that you guys should all remember and take notes, right? Has three main pillars, right? Number one, data. Number two, model. Number three, compute, right? And probably you guys heard of GPUs, right? So these are sort of like the three main pillars of AI, right? So we work with different ecosystem partners among all these three different pillars, right? For AWS, Google Cloud, they are one of the biggest compute providers for AI, uh, together with NVIDIA. So they're providing a lot of the compute infrastructure for us. So when someone comes to our platform and try to run an inference, basically trying to run a model, right? It takes up some compute power, right? And that's where AWS, Google Cloud comes into place and sort of provide those infrastructure, those compute infrastructure that's needed to serve models, right? And in terms of like institutions like UC Berkeley, like MIT, we either collaborate with them on very challenging data tasks for data collection, data labeling towards some of the most cutting edge research topics, or we build very advanced models or co-build advanced AI models for those partners, right? Uh, so different partners, we work with them in different manners, but I think all of them are sort of fall under one of the three pillars or multiple you know of the three pillars.
Okay. And then I have a follow-up question for our partners here. In the future, will we be able to load data of a certain type, or will the types of data that will be uploaded be determined based off the request from Sahara AI clients?
Yeah, this is a really great question. So we're gonna launch something called AI Marketplace very soon. It's a very easy name to understand. What that means is it's a marketplace that allows everybody to sell and buy data sets, models, or agents, right? Um, it's a free marketplace, right? So it depends on what people are looking for from a data set perspective, for example, right? If someone is looking for text data, then you upload text data to them to see whether they want to purchase. If someone's looking for audio data, then you upload audio data. If someone's looking for image data, you upload image data, right? I think the whole goal is to make sure the data sets you upload have really high quality, and it can be used by those who are interested in buying, right? So for the it's very like demand driven, right? Buyer driven, right? Whoever are looking to use those data, whoever are willing to spend money on those data, I think these should be the type of data that you want to upload so you can monetize, you can make money off it.
Yeah, so add on to that question, I think previously it usually asked about a language data sets question. So this is basically what Tyler just said. As long as your data set is demanded, it is required by someone that want to use your data sets, you can just feel free to upload it. It's the matter of demanded and the supply.
All right. So the next question here is going to be like one of those questions that, um, with all the different products that we have going on and all the stuff that we've talked about over the last X amount of months, um, people are wondering what is the difference between DSP and SIWA?
Yeah, that is a great question. And I would highly recommend I'm sending a link in the chat as well. We wrote like a very, very comprehensive blog on the difference across different products and also how to navigate our ecosystem. So you guys should definitely spend some time. I think this is not only for us, but also for yourself to understand how AI is broken down into different pieces, and when the future of your life, is embedded with AI, you should learn all the skill set, all the tools needed to better navigate, right? Uh, so SIWA testnet, right? It's the testnet for the blockchain, right? For the Sahara blockchain, which is basically the foundational infrastructure layer sitting at the bottom of the entire ecosystem, right? Think of it as sort of like you're sort of building like a house, right? It's the foundation of the house, right? It's the foundation of the whole house, right? And then on top of it, right, you have different products, right? You have, let's say, in the house, you have different bedrooms, you have different living rooms, right? You have different applications, right? Data service platform is one of the applications built by us, right? It's a flagship application, and I believe most of you guys have participated, right? So all the transactions, the settlement of DSP is being recorded on the Sahara blockchain, right? So again, SIWA testnet is the testnet for the blockchain. On top of the blockchain, we have different applications, including data service platform, including AI marketplace, including AI developer platform. And down the road, we'll have more open ecosystem developers building different applications on top of it, right? So it's it's the overarching, it's the foundational infrastructure layer that's serving the entire platform. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Um, this next question I think is going to be possibly both a Denzel and a Katrina question. But how is the uniqueness and value of data determined?
So maybe I can start. Uh, um, like the uniqueness and value is um, for super high quality data and diverse data. Then data from very different demographics, people living in different places of different age groups is needed so that the AI is not trained on like a narrow perspective of only like one type of person, but it's trained on a range of different perspective, people with different experiences who are from different countries. And that's part of what we're doing at Sahara. We're giving everyone the opportunity to contribute, like creating a community globally so that the AI then can be trained on data that's incredibly, incredibly diverse. And the other part of the value is the high quality. So Denzel can speak on this further, but what we're achieving through multiple layers of peer review systems to make sure that only contributions of people who are really like trying hard and providing like their genuine responses, putting in effort, are actually used as the input for AI training.
Yeah,
Denzel,
absolutely.
you can.
And just for what Tyler just mentioned, the Trinity, or the triangle, the AI, one of it is the data. And in terms of how to decide the uniqueness and the value of data, one of the standard you could look at is the effectiveness after using the data to train AI models. Because the reason why we're needing AI data or high quality data these days is that people are building AI models specific for different purposes, for different value propositions. So in terms of the value and the uniqueness, it basically depends on what exactly the AI model that you're training. Are you training an AI model for trading? You're training AI model for booking or travel. Different purposes would just directly demand the different data sets that you require. If you're building a trading agent, the data set no matter how high quality it is, if you're inputting some irrelevant data set for training your DeFi agent or trading agent, that is completely nonsense and irrelevant. But if you use the data sets that completely aligns your purpose of training the AI model, I'm pretty sure that would be valuable. And the end goal and the ultimate determination of how you value your data set is basically the effectiveness after you're putting your data sets into the training process. If the AI model performs much better after you're inputting those high quality data sets, I would say you can say that data set is valuable. So I think that's one way of looking at it in terms of data value.
All right. How many times can a user register AI assets? Is there a limitation?
Denzel?
Yeah, there's some limitation, and the uploading of the data sets, there's a restriction, and it will be refreshed after 7 days after your first uploading your data sets.
All right,
So if you
sweet.
encounter a restriction, you'll have to wait for 7 days since your first uploading your data set.
7 days. Awesome. Um, here's one. Might be one for you, Tyler. With SIWA acting as the core interface between AI agents and Web3, how will Sahara tackle latency and data integrity in decentralized environments?
Yeah. That is a great question. When you say latency, can you be a little bit more? I don't know if I can do Q&A here or is it interactive?
I think it's you interpret it the way you want to interpret it. This is what they wrote.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean latency, I mean there could be a couple different reference to latency, right? It could be about latency in the blockchain itself when it comes to settlement, right? It could be latency about model when it comes to model serving, basically when you ask a model to generate something to you, it takes time for a model to return, right? So I think these are a couple of the latency I can think about. Let me start with the model side. That's where I was saying, someone has been telling me that, hey, AI should be decentralized. To me, I think this is not going to be the future. I think the future of AI is going to be a combination of decentralized distributed innovation and also centralized uh, players, right? Specifically on the topic of latency, right? Like when model is generating response to you, if right this whole thing, this whole cluster of GPU compute where the model is, served or is ran on, right, is fully decentralized. They're like miles, billions of miles away, right, across different globes, right? It takes time, right, for them to coordinate and deliver a response to you, right? That if it's fully decentralized, there's going to be a super high latency to it, right? That's where I think, compute should be very clustered, optimized, right? That's why NVIDIA, Google Cloud, AWS, they play such a big role in this whole AI compute stack, right? So when it comes to latency, I think, for AI models, right, we have to rely heavily on a lot of those big tech players with their optimized AI compute clusters, right? When it comes to the blockchain latency, right, uh, this is where we come into place, right? Obviously, we want to make sure Sahara is uh, the native AI blockchain, right, for different crypto use cases, including DeFi, including trading, right? So we're always working on optimizing the latency. So right now for us, I'm looking at the testnet Explorer, the average block time is about 6 seconds, which is decent, right? So I think, for most of the use cases, besides high frequency trading, it shouldn't be an issue, right? So I don't think there's going to be like a super huge latency on the blockchain side unless you're doing high frequency trading, right? The other questions about data integrity, right? I think that's where we come into place, right? I think Denzel, Katrina, they both talk about how we have different mechanisms to protect data quality, right? Data integrity. Obviously, we have our own protocol, right? That's designed to the whole registration, licensing, revenue share, right? All these are built for data integrity, data ownership, right? We want to make sure the data that's being uploaded, contributed to the ecosystem, is belong to the creator of the data sets, right? We want to make sure the revenue being generated for the data sets are getting attributed back to the core creators, the core contributors, right? So this is the purpose of the protocol, right? So the protocol is designed to protect data ownership, provenance, integrity. So these are all great questions, and you're definitely on the right track. That's what we're building, as part of Sahara ecosystem, and we'll continue to build over, for the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years.
All right. The next question is about licensing. How does SIWA handle on-chain licensing? Are the licenses programmable via smart contracts, and are they enforceable across different chains?
Uh, I'll leave this to the next AMA when we open up the phase 2.
Yes, got it.
Great question, though.
Here's another one that we might not be able to answer. Is there a plan for zero knowledge proofs or privacy preserving computation in future versions of SIWA to ensure to secure sensitive data sets?
Yes, we will. In fact, TEE trusted, um, execution environment is actually one of the major privacy tag that we use to protect data sets and model ownership and privacy. It will be part of our AI execution protocol. So we leverage TEE to protect a lot of those private AI assets. And then we record the ownership matrix on chain, right? So, whatever's on chain is just ownership stamp, right? But the actual assets, data sets, models are getting protected in a TEE environment.
All right. The next question is, will files we upload to SIWA testnet be reviewed? And will we receive SP or credits for them?
Yes, we will review the files, the data sets, and no, you will not be receiving SP. The whole purpose of the testnet is to pressure test, battle test the performance and the protocol. There's no Sahara points correlated to it.
We're running slim on questions. Give me a second, because they're all like DSP or TGE stuff for the next little bit. No, we already answered that one. That's about my shell. No. Will there be a decentralized governance over the global registry or fee models in the future?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Will there be decentralized governance over the global registry or fee models in the future?
Yeah, I mean, down the road, once we have, the token launched, the token holders will have decentralized governance on all of our major protocols, including registration and fee.
Which platform will the AI agent be available on, and will it be possible to maintain nodes or similar staff?
The
Uh,
AI agents, you can build them through AI developer platform, and you can also buy and sell them via AI marketplace. For nodes, I mean, we are gonna have our validator partners. That's gonna be helping us with initial security, scalability, performance of the blockchain as we roll out our mainnet.
Okay. No. 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 Let's see. How do you prevent data poisoning attacks on an open AI registry like SIWA?
Yeah, this is a great question. So this is going to be a very progressive decentralization process, right? So initially, when we launch the AI marketplace, that's where the data sets are going to be listed for potentially sell and potentially for monetization, right? Through different channels, whether it's licensing, pay per API usage, monthly subscriptions, different ways, right? The initial phase of opening up the AI marketplace will be carefully scanned by the Sahara team as sort of the gatekeeper to make sure, the initial sets of data sets, models being supplied to the AI marketplace have strong utility and usage and revenue potential, right? So once that's set, we're gonna start to ramp up on the full opening phase, right? We're gonna also launch in a phased manner to encourage more and more data set, more models, more agents to be supplied. But initially, it will be very carefully and also verified by our team to make sure the quality is there and it's not being poisoned.
The next question is something we talked about an hour ago, Tyler. Can we get a full video tutorial? Yes. Next week we will
Yes.
work on giving you guys a full video tutorial for both DSP and SIWA.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think don't be scared away by, I mean, it's called, testnet. It's not only for developers. I think, all of you guys should try. It's not that challenging. And I think that's just some good skill to equip as we step into this AI-driven future.
Is there a chance that my data could be sold to big companies without my permission? And would it
No.
get any credit or compensation for it?
Yeah, I mean, your data, well, look at our slogan, right? Your knowledge, your AI, right? Your data stays yours. If you want to monetize in a private manner, you can sell it, give access to the people who compensated to you in a fair manner that you agreed upon, right? But if you choose to open source it, right, then everyone can use it, right? So it's your own discretion on how you want to use the data or how you want to monetize the data and what are the different monetization terms, strategies that you put on top of it. That's where we're going to talk a bit more once we get into the next phase about licensing.
Will there be a referral program for either SIWA or DSP?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, it's always possible, right? It depends on what we're looking for. I think, if we're looking to bootstrap a lot of resources to users, we might potentially include like a referral program to it. But right now we don't have one.
All right, cool. So that pretty much completes all our questions. The rest of them are just like either DSP or asking about uh, other subjects that are not relevant to today's AMA. Um, so any closing remarks from you, Tyler, about SIWA and what people should be focusing on and what they should be looking forward to?
Yeah, I'll start, and then Katrina and Denzel, feel free to share yours as well. I think, it's it's a big ecosystem, right? Frankly speaking, and it's taking us a while to get to where we are today. So I think, if you feel you don't have like a clear picture, right, of different things, right? I think, we provide a lot of different content on our website, on our Telegram channels, our Discord channels, to explain the entire ecosystem, the product offerings, to help you better understand. If you're really puzzled, right, I think, spend some time on the website. I mean, Katrina has been building the website for a while, so spend some time on the website, look through the content. I'm sure you'll find a response, right? Don't get frustrated. It's a new tech, right? I agree. Like, every time there's a new tech, it takes time to ramp up, right? It took me a while to understand how to use an iPhone, because when a mobile phone came out, I had my Nokia, and I had my Samsung, and then I had my iPhone, like with full touchscreen, which I didn't have that before. Right, it took me a while to get used to iPhone. Right, it takes time. I mean, AI is hard to manage, but I think the more you do, the more you try, the better you'll get. So don't get frustrated. We have a very very long journey to go. And we're always here to support you with our different products, different workshops, to help equip the skill set that you're looking to improve. Katrina, Denzel, anything?
Yeah, just from my side, I'll reiterate a bit on what Tyler said. I think just start trying. If something's not working, just try again, read our blogs to understand how you can get involved. Try again, ask in the community. Our moderators are also super, super helpful. And just participate, be a part of it. And as new things start opening up, just, yeah, take part in this journey with us. And
Yeah,
also,
continue
I would
with the.
recommend everyone. Sorry, I'd
Oh, sorry.
recommend everyone to take a deep dive on the website because we've updated quite a few things recently, and I think it's not only just informative, but um, also cool. Like we have a community page, ecosystem directory page, and new blog articles.
Yeah, continue with the conversation of studying and learning. And personally, I'm super excited about AI Marketplace because I'm expected to see folks uploading data sets, people buying data sets, high quality data sets, turning your data sets into um real that has real monetary value. This is really super cool. And you can always browse the data sets uploaded to the AI marketplace and try to build your own agent if you see some data sets that fit your purpose for training your AI agent. That is super cool. But it takes a while. Like and Katrina said, we're really I would say whole big ecosystem. It takes time to develop it, but anyways, let's just stay tuned and super excited and see what happens next.
All right, sick. So just just a couple things for everyone inside the chat before we shut this down. Um, Make sure you guys, start registering your data now on the SIWA platform. Try to get in right now before the thing starts popping off. If you're a developer, you know, make sure you apply for the incubator program. Did you touch on that at all, Tyler, tonight?
I mean, incubator program is a very curated program that is structured and built with a goal to support visionary founders and builders who are looking to build at the intersection of AI and crypto, right? I mean, regardless if it's AI for Web3 or Web3 for AI, I think Sahara is here to bridge the two sectors, right? We're building tools, infrastructure, resources that can best intersect the two sectors, and we're encouraging strong builders, entrepreneurs to join us in this journey because we're not going to do this by ourselves only, right? We're going to be hand holding all of you guys to get to, this AI powered future, right? So if you have strong ideas, if you have uh, interesting apps or even tools that you want to build, feel free to submit application. We'll be reviewing those on a rolling basis. If there's interest alignment with what we're building, we're going to reach out.
All right, awesome. And then as for the last note here, make sure you guys stay tuned for phase 2, which will allow for licensing and monetization. That's going to be huge. So stay tuned for that one, guys. Just want to say thank you so much, Tyler, Katarina, and Denzel for stopping by tonight and answering all these questions. The community really appreciates you guys. And thank you to the community for giving us all this feedback and all these questions that is invaluable to the product team and the technical team so that they can continue building a better product for everyone. That being said, I think let's go ahead and shut this down on the hour. Everyone have a great night. Thank you again.
Great. Thanks, everyone. See you
Thanks,
soon,
guys.
okay?
All right, sick. Bye, guys.
See ya,
Bye,
bye.
guys. Peace.